as a woman, you need to talk. Talk about your feelings. Talk about your day. Talk about the kids. Talk about whatever is bothering you. And who do you want to talk about that stuff with? Your partner, your husband, the man that you're with. But guess what? A lot of times he doesn't want to be bothered. He wants peace and quiet. And when you're presented with that situation, what do you do? So, we're going to talk about how to get your man, your husband, your partner to listen to you when you speak. I'm Simone with Access My Life. Access My Life means you're strong, you're independent, you're a go-getter, you know your worth, so anyone can access your life. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you would like one of these shirts to show the world that you're an open book, check the description box. Okay, now let's get back to the video. Women are emotional beings, and in order for women to communicate, women have to talk. And if they're in a committed relationship, that conversation is going to be with their partner, the one that they're in the relationship with. So it is important for the woman's partner to listen to her, to understand her, to give her some time. But there's a right way and a wrong way to go about things. So as a woman, you know that your man likes to have his peace and quiet, but he cannot have it 24/7 all day, every day. So what you have to do is allow him to have his time, but he also understands that after that, he needs to have that conversation with you. Let him know that he needs to make room for you in his life. If he comes home from work, he's probably going to be tired. He wants to rejuvenate. He wants to relax. He just wants to be left alone so he can do his thing. You know, watch his television, burp, whatever he wants to do. Just let him do that. But he also has to understand that the world does not revolve around him, because there are other factors, meaning you as his woman is there that needs his love and needs his attention. You may have kids together, and the kids are going to need him and need his attention. So all you have to do is to just devise everything in such a way where he comes home from work for the first 2 hours, you leave him alone, and you tell the kids to leave daddy alone. Let daddy get some alone time. Let daddy get some relaxation. And after that, then daddy knows it's time to come around and play with the kids, help them with their homework, and do whatever he needs to do. And he also knows that it's time for him to give a listening ear to you as his partner, his woman, his wife. Because you may have had a bad day and you want to talk to someone about it. Or maybe it's something pertaining to the household and you need to talk with him about it. So he has to make that time for you, but you also have to allow him to have his time. So what do you guys need to do? Communicate. You guys need to have a plan, a discussion as to how you're going to deal with things that are affecting you as an individual and things that are affecting you as a couple. This is so important in a relationship, to be able to have a dialogue with your partner. A lot of times when things go wrong in relationships, the only way to make them better is to talk about it. That is the only way to solve the situation. So rather than being reactive to things happening and then trying to fix them, why not be proactive? If you know that your man comes home and he's going to be tired, and the moment you try to approach him with something, he's going to be like, babe, I'm tired. I just want to be left alone. If you know he's going to have that reaction, then don't take offense to it. Take that as a learning curve, okay? And understand that when he comes home, he just wants a little bit of time for himself to get over that day's work that he's had. And after that, then he's going to be all yours. He's going to be all ear. If you understand that, then from that point forward, you will know when to approach him, when to do things, and that is going to make the relationship flow so smoothly. And now you don't have to interrupt him when he's trying to relax. And you won't feel offended when he gives you an answer in a way that is not pleasing to you because you're messing up his flow. You understand? So just talk about it together, work on things together. And once you guys are on the same page, then everything will just go smooth sailing. Now, another thing is when you are talking with your partner, do not flood them with every single thing that happened today, yesterday, the day before, things from this one, things from that one. Just focus on the things that are important at that particular time because you don't want to have an overload of information. Men are fixers. So if you are having a problem and you come to him and you tell him what the problem is, automatically his brain is going to start thinking, okay, how am I going to resolve this issue for my wife? How am I going to fix this problem for my spouse? How am I going to fix this problem for my partner, my woman, you know? That's what he is going to do. So you just have to be careful as to what you say to him, how you say to him, and also come with a little bit more of an explanation. Because usually women may go to their men and they say something to them, but you're not expecting them to fix anything. You're just sharing with them, but automatically in their head, it's an issue and they need to fix it. So if it is something that they don't need to fix, just make that clear to them and say, hey, I'm just sharing, baby. I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to know what I know so that if it comes up later in the future, you don't say I didn't tell you. You understand? But if it is something for him to fix, then you got to tell him gently and allow him time to kind of get it in his head and figure things out, and then determine how he's going to proceed to resolve that issue. Because if you tell him one thing and he's thinking, okay, I'm going to have to fix that, then you come with something else, and then you come with something else, then automatically it is just too much information at the same time. Too many problems. And that is going to lead to your man feeling overwhelmed. And you don't want to do that. So you have to do everything in order. You have to do everything by thinking about it first. You have to know your man. You have to know men in general as to how they think, how they approach things. And if you know that, then you'll be able to know when to give him his space, when to give him his time, how much to say, when to say it. There's a place and a time for everything. So try to figure out your man, try to know him, so that when you have something important to say and you approach him, you're not going to get any backlash from him because you'll know how to deliver the issue to him. See, a lot of times couples argue and fight in their relationship because they just don't know how to communicate, and they just don't learn from each other in the past from things happening. Going back to that same scenario where you may go to your partner at the wrong time and say to him, babe, so and so happened, when he's trying to relax and get over, the hard day that he's had from work, and he snaps at you, and automatically you get pissed off because of that. You're not thinking about him having a hard day and that he may have issues going on. You're just concerned that you have an issue and you're going to him, and automatically he just reacts like that. And then you have two wrongs not making a right. You then go over there in your corner, pissed off and doing your thing and don't care, right? While he's there still watching his television, not realizing that he answered you in a wrong manner and not realizing that you're pissed off. And then when he now comes out of his cozy corner and say, hey, babe, so-and-so, then you just approach him with that anger and he's like, where is all this coming from? You get what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of back and forth. So you guys have to try to learn from your prior experience, learn from your prior discussions, learn from your prior arguments, and try not to repeat it. Okay? It's easy to say, but it's hard to do. But if you try and you just chip at it a little and a little at a time, I guarantee you it's going to make things better for you in the future. You're going to have less fights. You're going to have less arguments. Things are just going to start getting better because you guys are learning from each other. And very important in this is that don't get offended too easily. Try to put yourself in your partner's shoe. For example, again, if your partner snaps at you when you approach him to say something, think about it and say, I wonder if he had a hard day at work. I wonder if he's dealing with something internally that he hasn't yet told me yet. I wonder if it's because of that, which is why he reacted to me the way that he did. So instead of you getting upset because of his action, just give him a little bit of a breather, right? And then when he comes back around to you, then gently say to him, baby, when I asked you this earlier, the way that you responded to me, I felt a little bit offended, but I understand that something may have happened or you may be going through something, which is why you reacted that way. So can you tell me what is going on so I can understand the situation and maybe, there's something that I can help you with, If you approach it from that place of love and concern for your partner, then you won't be pissed off in the corner saying, hey, he did this to me, he disrespected me, he answered me like, if you just think about it from his perspective, just put yourself in his shoe, then you will be able to approach the situation from a different angle. And the same thing goes for him. If he's there sitting watching television in his cozy place and you come to him and say something and then he snaps at you and he realizes that he did snap at you, but because he's in his comfort zone, he didn't get up or do anything at that particular moment. His job is when he's finished, he needs to go over to you and say, hey babe, you came to me and asked me a question and I don't think I answered you properly. I think I snapped at you. And if I did, I'm sorry. But I was just in my zone or this or that happened. And when you came to me, so and so. So if you as the man go over to your woman and say that to her, she is going to appreciate that because believe me, more than likely she's going to be sulking even though she hasn't come to you and said anything. But she didn't feel right about the way that you reacted to her, the way you spoke to her, because you guys are supposed to be partners. You guys are supposed to be on the same team. So if she hurts, you're supposed to feel like you're hurt too. And you should not be the one going around hurting your partner because that person is your partner, your other half. Together, you guys make one. So if one is hurting, the other should also be hurting. So make time to have that conversation with each other. Make time to give each other the time of day. Know when to say things and what to say, and at the right time to say the things. And if you follow this path, your conversations in the future is going to be better for both of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me a comment and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.